Thanks for joining us at 6 o'clock on Sunrise on this Wednesday morning. We are still talking about travel delays. Southwest still dealing with a bunch of cancellations. We've got CC out at the airport covering all of that. But another thing we're talking about, the weather. Not because there's any big storm on the way, at least not yet, but this warm up. I think a lot of people are really going to be happy today.
I think so. It already feels very comfortable outside, too, so that's a plus. Let's get into the graphics here. You'll see temperatures right now, 28. We warmed up a degree. We were at 27 earlier this morning. Now 28 feels like 19, so even our wind chills are warming. So yeah, it feels pretty comfortable this morning. Temperatures climb to 37 later this afternoon. Mostly cloudy skies, warmer temperatures today. South winds right around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mainly a quiet day ahead. Could see a few areas with some patchy drizzle, but a better chance will arrive tonight with a drizzle, maybe even some flurries possible tonight, but a bit breezy tonight. Tomorrow, we'll find a better chance for some wet pavement and for a wintry mix to develop for tomorrow. So more on that here coming up soon. Jen?
All right, thank you, Guy. Out to the roads. We showed you those drive times earlier. They are all spot on to what they normally are, and this is why. As you can see, we got a clear map across the metro. No accidents, crashes, delays, or anything like that. If you have to head out this morning, no problem for you. Just take it slow on those ramps as usual. All right, well, breaking overnight in St. Paul, a man is dead after a shooting on Lawson Avenue West. Police say officers were responding to a shots fired call before midnight. And when they got there, they found the man in an alley. He was pronounced dead at the scene. If you have any information, you're asked to call police. The travel nightmares continue this morning between issues with Southwest and the weather. And this isn't going away, at least anytime in the near future, because right now at MSP, there are 34 canceled flights, 14 are delayed. Most of those cancellations, maybe you can guess, are Southwest flights. So we sent CC out to MSP again this morning to see what's happening. Hey, CC.
Hey, Jen. Yeah, this chaos really does continue this morning with nationwide Southwest canceling over 2,500 flights. Now here at MSP, as you mentioned, over 30 of those cancellations are with Southwest here at MSP. If we look ahead to tomorrow, Thursday, they're already cutting over 1,200 flights, so still operating at that 1/3 of the normal flight schedule. Well, Southwest says it's blaming the storm that we got last week. It's also blaming aggressive flight scheduling and outdated infrastructure for these cancellations. Now, some stranded travelers say they probably won't get to their destination until after the new year. Until then, thousands are spending their nights at airports or waiting in long lines. And we can't forget unclaimed baggage is also piling up. The Southwest CEO is again apologizing for the chaos, but he says he's optimistic that the airline will be back on track very soon.
Clearly, we need to double down on our already existing plans to upgrade systems for these extreme circumstances so that we never again face what's happening right now. Our plan for the next few days is to fly a reduced schedule and reposition our people and planes, and we're making headway, and we're optimistic to be back on track before next week.
Meanwhile, Southwest is facing an investigation over this. Coming up in about 30 minutes, we're going to tell you what the Department of Transportation has to say about all of these cancellations, Jen.
Okay, thank you, CC, for that update. Well, passengers were not the only ones piling up in airports. Look at all this luggage. Yeah, after a disastrous holiday travel weekend, thousands of suitcases are still stacked up at airports across the country after they were taken off canceled flights or maybe lost in transit. So if you're in a situation where you've lost your luggage, remember to keep your baggage claim check. It's also recommended that you take photos of your luggage when you drop it off. Note for next time. We have a list of information to track these flight delays and road conditions, as well as the KARE 11 forecast. Text the word travel to 763-797-7215. We will send you a link right back to your phone. And again, that's a text-only number, so please don't call it. In a few hours, we will learn about charges in the deadly shooting at the Mall of America. This morning, 5 people are in custody, and Bloomington police say they expect that group will be charged with second-degree murder. Jonte Hudson died in the shooting. Police say it happened after a fight inside Nordstrom last Friday. Police are still trying to figure out if there was more than one shooter. They got a charging extension yesterday as they reviewed evidence. A former teacher at Princeton Primary School is pleading guilty to third-degree assault after throwing a hockey stick at a student last school year. The criminal complaint says Kimberly Neubauer hit the child in the mouth, knocking out a tooth. She is expected to be sentenced on February 23rd. You saw a large police presence in Minneapolis on Ogema Place late last night. You have nothing to worry about this morning. Police say they were investigating reports of a person with a gun, but they say that incident was resolved peacefully and that there is no threat to the public. This morning, the BCA is working to determine if a woman was killed near Rochester after her body was found in a ditch. A woman was walking her dog Monday afternoon and found the body sticking out of the snow. Her dog first detected it on West River Road near River Bluff Lane. Police are speculating that the body was taken there after the victim was killed.
We need to find out what led up to her being there, who she was with. Based on what we have, we know it to be a suspicious death, so we would like to be able to follow it through.
So though investigators have identified the woman who died, they are holding off for right now on releasing her name. Right now they're canvassing the neighborhood, hoping to find security camera footage of what may have happened. Starting today, nearly a dozen people who live in a homeless encampment by the Quarry Shopping District in northeast Minneapolis are being asked to leave the area. The city is about to shut it down. Eva is live in the newsroom with more on what happens next.
Around a week ago, the city gave notice they'll be closing the camp today. But as of yesterday, people who live there were asking for more time, saying they're not ready to leave. In a press conference at the encampment yesterday, those who live there joined activists to ask the city for an extension. The city, on the other hand, told KARE 11 they gave residents ample notice, even waited to issue the eviction order until they made sure everyone had enough shelter. Around 10 people are estimated to be living there. Mayor Frey said no one has accepted the offer for shelter yet.
Every resident at the encampment has been offered a shelter, a bed, and a warm place to stay. It's cold in our city, and we need to make sure that everyone that is living in one of these encampments is as safe as possible.
Coming up in 30 minutes, we'll share why the residents of the encampment say they still do not want to leave, especially during these winter months. Jen?
All right, thank you, Eva. This morning, a new study is showing us how hard the pandemic has been on students. The survey shows troubling statistics around kids' mental health and well-being. The Minnesota Student Survey has been conducted every 3 years since 1989. This year, a record number of students reported mental health struggles. Nearly 30% of all students reported dealing with mental health issues for 6 months or longer. That is a 67% increase since 2016. Meanwhile, 28% of high school juniors said they seriously considered suicide at some point. The survey also found students who identify as transgender are more than 4 times more likely to attempt suicide. That survey also looked at youth smoking and drinking habits, and there are some improvements in that area. Vape use has dropped to 14%, down from 26% just 3 years ago. And even fewer students smoke cigarettes, only 2%, according to that survey. This morning, hockey players at Cretin-Durham Hall are mourning the loss of a friend and teammate. Cormac Scanlon, a student and member of the JV hockey team, died over the holiday weekend. He was diagnosed with a rare medical condition earlier this month. Now his friends and coaches are remembering him while trying to cope with the sudden loss.
Cormac was someone that was very involved in our community. He played 3 sports. He was heavily involved in volunteer work and other aspects of Cretin-Durham Hall as a school. And so Cormac inspired a lot of people in his life. To see those people inspired to come back and give back to Cormac in his memory has been truly inspirational for me as a coach and administrator at CDH.
GoFundMe for Cormac's family started after his first stroke earlier this month. It's now raised nearly $20,000. You can find a link to that on our website, KARE11.com. All right, well now, getting to the weather, because we are looking at warmer temperatures for the next few days. We're talking 30s And I love talking about 30s this time of year, Guy.
And yeah, Jen, to up that, I'm talking about mid to upper 30s. So, if we want to be a little more optimistic, close to 40 degrees possible today. Temperatures climbing to 37 for the afternoon. Now, we're already in the upper 20s right now. 28 feels like 19. Southeast winds at 9 miles per hour. It feels comfortable. I've been out here all morning. Wind chills this morning, low 20s. By the time we get into the afternoon, late morning, afternoon hours, barely a wind chill with temperatures in the upper 30s, feeling like low 30s. I mean, come on, that's still going to feel pretty good. So today, not much happening, just clouds. A few areas could see some drizzle. I've been looking at observations all morning. Not much of anything hitting the surface. So radar does look like it's active, but it's not reaching the surface. I haven't found any reports. Earlier this morning, we did see some drops in far western Minnesota. Clouds overnight. A few areas could see some patchy drizzle, patchy freezing drizzle tonight. Now 37 on the way today. Better chance we'll find some rain and snow for tomorrow. By late morning, we'll see some rain and snow showers develop with temperatures up to 36. Rain showers changing over to snow as temperatures kind of cool off. So we could see some wet pavement and some minor impacts out of tomorrow. By Friday, out of here, quiet on Friday. Average high 25, will be at around 30 degrees on Friday. Here are your headlines. Coming up in my weather hit in about 10 minutes, I'll run some forecast animations. I'll time out tomorrow so you can get a good look on how things are shaping up. Warmer lows also. Daytime highs, warmer lows. I mean, we're just looking at temperatures warm all across the board, right at the freezing mark or above freezing for the remainder of the 7-day forecast. And today, the warmest day. Multiple chances for light mix precip through the week. Again tonight, tomorrow. Out of here by Friday, and then Saturday, a few flurries. And then a larger event moves in early next week with Monday, Tuesday. Could see some slowdowns then.
All right, brace yourselves for that. But for now, enjoying those temperatures. Thanks, Guy. An award-winning director is changing his tune when it comes to guns being in his films. After the break, the reason behind the decision. Then people who get Social Security checks will see a second one in their bank accounts this week, but it's not a bonus. The reason why at 6:15.